Good afternoon. My name is Gqeberha. Let's begin here at this hour. While Nelson Mandela Bay has seen a light rise in COVID-19 cases, the friendly city is still open for tourism this festive season, offering a wide range of exciting things to do, from wonderful game drives to various game reserves, the beautiful blue flag beaches, and of course the scenic views throughout the metro. Let's now cross live to our reporter in Gqeberha, Lerato Fekisi. Lerato, a number of people say that while it's a bittersweet moment, they're celebrating the festive season amidst COVID-19, but at the same time, some of them are remaining hopeful that they'll be able to spend some time with their families. Talk to us about how the tourism sector is recovering and bracing itself for the festive season where you are.
Afternoon to you, Bongi. So ideally, Bongi, I wanted to actually have my feet inside the ocean, but it is not called the Windy City for nothing. It is cold. Not the most sunniest day in the friendly city, but where I am is a restaurant that overlooks a beautiful ocean that we have in Gqeberha. One of the many things, like you said earlier on, that you can do when you come to Gqeberha. When I spoke to some tourists earlier on, they were saying, the tourism industry, they were saying that, despite COVID-19, despite the pandemic and the doom and gloom surrounding it, they are still hopeful that the tourists that will come into the metro. If anything, Bongi, compared to last year, we've seen an increase of about 50% of tourists coming to the metro this year as opposed to last year. So you can see that people are just like, there is the pandemic, but I'm vaccinated. I want to go see my family. So let me just go out and have fun, because last year things were a bit gloomy. But like you said earlier on, I've got a man who understands all about the tourism industry, Mr. Jack, who is the MMC for economic development and also tourism. Mr. Jack, we are having a pandemic right now, and some people are saying perhaps they mustn't come to the metro because they're scared of the pandemic and the numbers are rising. But what would you say is the reason why people must come and see this beautiful friendly city?
Well, we got one of the most fantastic places for tourists here in terms of accommodation, places for young people, for adventurous people. We've got the mountains, we've got the sea, we've got everything, and actually we've got wide spaces. That's what we pride ourselves with. Wide open spaces, more than anywhere else. I mean, we got about 6 or 8 different beaches where you can, since people find Nelson Mandela more suitable for in the conditions of COVID, where space is important and distance is important. There's no better place than to be in other than Nelson Mandela, because you can be at Hobby Beach, you can be at Brighton Beach, you can be at St. George's Beach, you can be at Van Stadens, you can be at Schoonies. Those are wide. There's a big space. I mean, so there is no possibility that you need to come close to anybody just from the beach's point of view. You got the mountains, you can go and walk at the Lady Slipper, you got the cycle at the Buckens Valley Trail, which we call actually Gqeberha today. It's wonderful. I mean, for families, for young and old people, everything is available. I'm not talking about few kilometers just away to the biggest game reserve in the African continent. I mean, that is Ado, where you can take your entire family for the whole day and you come back and sleep in our top range and top class accommodation that we have here. We are ready, and we are the best place for this under the current conditions. And that is why we are capitalizing on it. Yeah.
Mr. Jack, you spoke about being ready. Now, last year there was an app that the municipality launched. Now, this app helps visitors, international and local, to navigate their way around the metro, because some people obviously don't know which places they can go to, which places they can't go to, which places are they safe and they're not safe. So this app has really helped to actually help visitors navigate their way around the metro. How important was it to launch this app, and how have you seen things improve since you launched the app last year?
I am told there is a great interest and a quick response to that, and it's one of the things that our people are really keeping a close eye on it. Although, as you know, that because of this up and down of the COVID, this going back and forward, there has been some hitches in there, but our teams are on top of it, I am told, and I'm happy it shows on the numbers that are trickling in relative to 2020. So we are really once we get our ducks in a row, I think we're going to be better positioned and at a very good advantage to really exploit the position that we have here for people inland, like in Gauteng, Limpopo, everywhere. And you see them here, they find it to be a very good place to be in these difficult times of this feared and dreaded COVID pandemic.
Last, Mr. Jack, just as a municipality, besides the app, what else have you done to try to draw people? Because obviously people are skeptical to come at the same time. The industry has suffered under COVID-19. But besides the app, what else is the municipality doing to draw people from, like you're saying, Limpopo and Gauteng to come to the Bay?
Well, we are going to improve our broken infrastructure. It's going to, the people are going to see what we are doing in that regard. It won't be complete overnight, because the damage was too much. It will take time. But I think as we are fixing things, we're going to make it a family experience that every family is going really to talk about it. More than advertising and talking about the thing, it all depends on the families that are coming, the visitors, the holiday makers, what they tell their friends, and that is what we will be working on more than anything. There's a lot of infrastructural things. The mayor is keeping a close eye on that, and she wants that to be fixed as of yesterday. And I can tell you, as soon as we get that right, and we will be talking to the tourists, to the operators here, to really gear up now for the new game, because the game is going to change. The rules are different, and we are going to play by them, and we must exploit this economy, because Nelson Mandela is best suited for that.
Well, that was Costa Jack. Bongi, I don't know if you are convinced yet. I don't know. I know for sure there isn't a beach in Johannesburg. I know that for sure. So I think Mr. Costa Jack has done his part to try and convince you why you must come. He spoke of the game reserve. He spoke of the beach. He spoke of Lady Slipper. So if those three things, Bongi, have not convinced you that you must come to Gqeberha this year or next year, then I don't know. So like you said, the municipality is doing their part. They have got the app which they launched last year, and they're going to make sure that they draw people like you, Bongi, to this metro.
I tell you what, Lerato, I'm convinced that I need to come, but the only promise that you have to make is that you need to take some time off and take me around, because I don't know my way around there.
Consider it done. Consider it done.
Great stuff. So I'm convinced I'm going to come to Gqeberha very soon, and you can take me around. That's Lerato Fekisi there, who is coming to us live from Gqeberha. We're talking about, the importance of, tourism at a time like this, especially during COVID-19, because, quite a number of, businesses during this time, especially in the tourism sector and, also, the hospitality sector as well, have found themselves in trouble, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's quite, hopeful and heartwarming to see some of those in, in positions that really calling on people to have some sense of hope and really ensure that it's not all doom and gloom, and really trying to keep the sector upbeat in order to ensure that, of course, it's going to recover. But then let's